Today marks the 21st anniversary of Kingdom Hearts V CAST, and to celebrate, you should give the game a try. It takes under 5 minutes to get it running on PC. Here's how. First, you need to download an Android emulator. BlueStacks is the most popular, though I find LD Player easier to manage. Links to both are in the description. Everything else you need to download you can get from this Google Drive folder. It contains a very specific build of Melange, the flip phone emulator, a config file to set up the emulator, Total Commander, a file manager also used in setup, and the files of KHVcast itself. There are 2 zips of the game files. I recommend you use the one labeled Fixed, which I modded to bypass the Lost Wonderland chapter, but the original version is also there for completeness. Also in the Drive folder is a save editor, an optional tool that I'll go over later. Step 2 is to get all the files into the Android emulator. Install Melange and Total Commander by dragging the APK files into your emulator of choice. Then, download the config file and game file, again by dragging and dropping. On BlueStacks, you might need to open the emulator's file manager first. Step 3 is to set up the emulator. Launch Melange so it automatically creates a folder on your device storage, then close it. Then, open up Total Commander and give it permissions. It shows 2 different folders at once. On the left, navigate to the Melange folder, storage/emulator/0/melange brew. On the right, navigate to the folder where you downloaded the config file and game file. The exact path depends on your Android emulator, but it's the pictures folder on LD Player. First, on the right, go into the VCAST folder and copy everything over to the left screen. Second, back up to the config file on the right and copy it into the sys folder on the left. Step 4. Launch the Melange emulator. There should be an icon for Kingdom Hearts if everything was set up correctly. You can now play the game, but I recommend clicking the keyboard icon and using the controls editor to map the buttons to your keyboard. This is the setup that I find most comfortable for VCAST. And that's it. The last thing is the save editor, a tool I made to create custom save files. You can install it by dragging the APK into the Android emulator like before. It lets you edit Sora's stats and inventory, change your current world and spawn point, and toggle various progress triggers in the level. You can write the new save file directly to the VCAST folder in the Melange emulator, meaning it will automatically be applied the next time you open the game, as long as you have an existing save file to overwrite. The save editor isn't flawless, and I'm far from a proper Android developer, but it's a big help if you want to gather footage of specific moments in the game. Finally, thank you to Andre Verts for creating the first VCAST installation guide, which this tutorial is heavily based on. My main goal here was to put all of the resources in one place, so you don't have to hunt down a specific emulator build or game version. In any case, I hope you enjoy playing the game yourself. Long live VCAST.